Have you ever tried like zinc and like get corona at the same time? I heard that might save a life. Only on the Homies podcast.
Homies, talk about what dogs are motherfucking homies, my dog. Homies, talk about what dogs are man, that's my dog.
Hey y'all, this is Mr. Hatch.
And this is Saturated Fat, and welcome to the Homies Podcast. We will keep tradition and jump right into the Jugga What section.
We don't really have a lot of official news, but breaking, I don't know if you saw this, I posted on Twitter a couple hours ago, Saturated, but Violent J dressed up as Big Baby Sweets and officially said that Little Poot and Big Stank are dead in coffins. What do you feel about that?
Okay, would their movies even be anything without Big Stank or Lil Poop? Just saying. They've always been the best part of the movie.
Question.
Or movies.
We know for a fact Hack Benjamin was the star, and that's the only reason we saw the movie.
Well, yeah. True. But I mean, you know, when it comes to second best in the movie,
like we discussed in the past, by him killing off Big Stank and Little Poot, he's really just killing off MNE. He's just saying that they're trash. Got rid of the dead weight. Shit, he doesn't have to write rhymes for Blaze anymore. Jay's been taking it easy. Why do you think he says he loves rap so much now? He doesn't have to write everybody's shit anymore. Shit, you know he doesn't write Ouija shit because no one listens to it.
correct.
And another thing, I guess Psychopathic Traders did some kind of fuck up, gave somebody admin, and he deleted like 3,000 people or something off Facebook. So if you're part of the Psychopathic Traders thing on Facebook and you give a fuck about your tits and shit, go back on there, join, like, and subscribe, whatever the fuck they do over there. And that's about it with that news. Do you have anything coming up that you heard?
No.
I guess I put this in the Jugga What News section too. What is it? It's your boy Blue. We are in talks with him about getting him on the show. Under what capacity for whatever guest spot. He might be a host. He might be an interview. We don't know because he doesn't respond. So there you go, Blue. The ball's in your court. And now, I believe we're going to jump right into the bracket.
Okay. This is the Psychopathic bracket with Violent J versus Shaggy 2 Dope.
This has to be a hard one, I would say.
Okay.
If my vote mattered, I would always go with Jay because I think Jay's fresher, but Shaggy produces more solo shit.
Yes, and I like Shaggy's solo stuff a hell of a lot more than Violent J's.
That's true. So what did the bracket teach us?
That we need to get more voters.
Motherfuckers!
That's what the bracket has taught us.
Juggalo vote matters.
Yes. It's the one vote that you can say actually matters.
Because if you vote against what we want, we'll change your vote anyway.
Right.
All
It's
right.
happened before, it'll happen again.
Yes, the conspiracy theories out there, right, Max?
Oh, rigged. He never responded to that.
How dare him? Probably didn't listen, like half the other people.
He probably just dropped us.
So, who won?
Well, if I personally did not do a vote, and I did this kind of so I could keep track, so I don't know if you want to count mine, but let's say my vote did not exist.
Are you not a fan of the show, yes or no?
I am a fan of the show.
So your vote matters, so what is it?
Okay, Shaggy won 3 votes to 2.
Perfect. All right, congratulations, Shaggy, for representing Psychopathic. I get what you're trying to say, low sodium, but we're just gonna go with the vote tally.
Okay.
All right.
Next was Scum versus Buckshot.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
On the For Gay Lovers one.
So, honestly, I just found this out today that Scum's coming out with a new album, and I think it's like a double EP or LP. It has a lot of.
Yeah, I saw that from who was it? Beneath the Dirt. They posted it.
Beneath the Dirt did that, yeah, and I think I shared it.
You know, I have to say I do like their page, and it kind of makes you feel old when they post like, "Hey, this album came out 20 years ago."
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like is the one day he was like really bobbing on Eshab's knob, and he was like saying like the inventor of the wicked shit or something, and then I just said, somebody please tell this guy about Brother Lynch Hung, because Brother Lynch Hung did it before Eshab.
Oh, I remember that.
But that's not for me to interject my feelings. All right, so let's see. We have Buckshot and who?
Scum.
If I think, let me see who's gonna win on this one. If Buckshot or Scum. Wow. I mean, even if you look at popularity, I mean, they both do a lot with like MNE. Scum went on tour, but he owns LSP, so I'm gonna say LSP for the win. Scum.
And you are correct, with 3 votes to 2.
Damn. All right, what's the next bracket? Congratulations, Scum.
Okay. So the next bracket is the Real Juggalo / Juggalo News. And it was Kung Fu Vampire. I can't even remember who the hell he was against, because he just destroyed. Oh, he was against Q Strange.
Q.
And Q Strange, the way it looks, got 1 vote, and that was me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it was like a 96% to like 4 or something like that. So
Rest
I
in
think
peace,
it was
Q.
either 1 or 2 votes. So Kung Fu Vampire completely destroyed Q Strange. Like, just left him dead.
Fuck. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations, Kung Fu. And who's next? Who's the next victim? The next bracket?
Next, the last one, last but not least, it was G-Moski versus Boombox.
Ooh, this one, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't like Boombox, so let's go with G-Moski.
Well, he won anyways because, 1 vote. So,
Wait. Who won?
G-Mo.
All right, that's good. I appreciate that. I don't think he's
Yeah,
gonna
he
do
won
good
by 1
against,
vote.
I don't think he's gonna do good against Kung Fu Vampire though.
I don't think anyone's going to do good against Kung Fu Vampire. I guess we got to put Eminem against him, and I think that's the only way he'll get defeated personally. As long as he keeps retweeting.
We got to put Stonehenge and all his followers. They'll defeat him.
He doesn't follow me anymore.
Stonehenge?
Yeah.
He probably blocked you.
No, I didn't get blocked. But, he doesn't follow me anymore.
I'm sorry if I ruined your friendship with him.
It doesn't really bother me at all.
All right, so I guess between last week's episode and this week's episode, Stonehenge had an issue with, I think, the Black Lives Matter movement, and he really came off really ignorant and racist, which is fine if that's what you want to be, but he did it to Kung Fu Vampire, and
he blocked him. He blocked him because he believed Kung Fu Vampire was misrepresenting what he was saying.
But, I mean, he was saying it point blank. And then he got mad at me for asking him, because he always says, I have facts and I have articles, I have this, that, and the other thing, and I asked him to show me. I'm like, just send me a link. And then he blocked me. And he thinks I'm an idiot and retarded or whatever. But it's okay. We have much love for Stonehenge. And believe it or not, I'll say this on the radio show because I don't think he listens to the radio show. But I know he switched over to that, what is it, that new app or add-on, whatever you guys use, Republican people, the Parler.
Oh, you know, I signed up for that, and I never once did anything on it. But then he went, the last thing he said about Parler is he's not going to sign up for it.
God damn it, I signed up as Juggalo James. I was going to troll the fuck out of him. So I guess I'm going to have to make another Twitter to troll the fuck out of him. I guess if he knows this account, then he'll know I'm trolling. But that means he has to listen to the show. And if you're listening to the show, unblock me and tell me. Ah! All right. So I believe that's the end of our bracket. Right?
Well, no, because in next week or in 2 weeks, whenever we do it,
yeah, that's what I mean.
It's going to be...
We're going to have another bracket.
Oh, yeah, right now, yeah, we're done.
We're done.
But it's going to be Shaggy versus Scum. And then on the other side, it's going to be Kung Fu Vampire versus G-Moski.
All right. That's interesting. So now we're into the last part of our show. It's sometimes we go rambling on about stories on how we shit ourselves or other random things. And we say what up to people that need to be said what up to. But I think Low Sodium, do you have any shitting stories you want to let us know?
Geez, I'm good for right now. I'd have to really think of one, or hopefully I'll have a future one.
So, I don't really have another shitting story as of today. Though, you know, a lot of people... I don't do a lot of social media justice. I'm not one of those people that gives a fuck about other people's opinions or rights or anything like that because I'm too busy worrying about my family and working. But during my off times, I like to go on what they call Facebook, and I like to look at the shit juggalos sell. I hate the fact that juggalos get merch signed and then think it's worth more when it's in fact worth less. And you can argue with me. You can guys at me at Nobody Too Fresh. But the fact of this is this one guy, his name is Craig. He's part of Psychopathic Traders. He runs his own version of it with the Traders Crypt. And he's mad dope, but a lot of people shit on him for trying to make money and shit. And he's a fresh guy. I believe I met him in Detroit or doing something. That's how I ran into him. Scott probably knows him too. Just probably not off the top of his head.
Is he a big guy?
No, he's a little guy with glasses.
I'm sure I've seen him.
There's no way I would have befriended somebody in the Juggalo community that I didn't know. Somehow I'd met. But anyways, they give him a lot of shit, and I pretty much told him the other day, I was like, yo, fuck these people. They're just haters. You know how Juggalos are. One Juggalo jumps in like, oh my god, he's trying to make a buck. He's trying to rip off Juggalos. That's just how Juggalos are. You know, and they all fucking gang rape him. But no, he's a fresh cat, and he always seems to be honest. And he had a real fucked up situation. He lost his dog because somebody else walked it, and they bit somebody or bit something, and the town put it down. It was all fucked up, and his dog's name was Blue. And that's what we're gonna do to Blue. If he never comes on the show, we're gonna have to put him down too. But that'd be his YouTube special. Taking him to the vet. And that's about it. I think that's going on. But that, I guess the moral of the story is Juggalos, just be fresh out there. Somebody's trying to sell gear. If you don't want it, don't say something. And if somebody you think is ripping somebody off, just fucking post a link if you can get it cheaper somewhere else and just fucking bounce. Don't be sitting there fucking harassing and shit.
Bro, I agree with you on that.
Some people need a hustle to make money. I don't fucking bother the bums that are out there trying to tell me that the car's fucking not working down the street. Be like, show me your car. fuck that. I just ignore you fucks. And I sold all my jerseys on eBay. Yeah, I sold all my jerseys on eBay. And then I saw somebody try to sell one of my jerseys on one of the things, and they came up with like some stupid story, and I had to correct the person. Like, yo, I know that's my jersey because it has a cigarette burn right next to the one on the supervillain's jersey. Go fuck yourself. But yeah, so just stay fresh out there, juggalos. And this is Mr. Hatch. I'm telling everyone to fuck off.
And this is Saturated Fat.
And maybe next week's episode will be a little bit longer. We'll have more news. Maybe we'll even be prepared.
Right.
Maybe.
Would you like to mention one of your weekly things? Your Hatch Talks?
All right. So I'll mention Hatch Talks. So it's going to be like a TED Talk, except it's going to be me. It's probably going to be more like a YouTube thing. I'm going to post it underneath the Homies podcast, but I'm only going to do a TED's Talk or something, or a Hatch Talk, only if there's going to be a delay in the show. So if, Saturated, for whatever reason, it gets busy and we can't make the show in a week, so I'm going to jump in, and at least that way we could still have some kind of flavor. And, I'm probably going to be playing a video game and talking to you guys about whatever the fuck. And that's what it is. So it's not going to be like, all right, we're going to have, the Homies podcast and Mr. Hatch's show. It's just going to come out when there's a long gap between the show, so our listeners have something to listen to. And so they don't think like, oh, these assholes are just going to be gone for a while now.
Yeah, I was going to say, usually it's every other week works for me.
So, and, eventually there might be a little gap too, because I'll be moving upstate, hopefully, within the next couple of months. So when that happens, of course, we're going to be on Twitter and shit. And I'm horrible at this Twitter stuff. I only really go on it when I'm at work taking a shit. So that's really what it is. Like if I'm bored.
Well, what's going to be good? What's going to be good when you move upstate? We could have some more of those, like, we're in the same room doing the podcast.
That's, I was hoping to get like a house closer to you, so like a half-hour drive. That way, like every show, me and you could be in the studio doing it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we're chilling.
Yeah.
But the house that I was gonna buy, that I really loved, that I was gonna do it, somebody already else bought it, so I gotta wait to sell this house first. But that's my shit, We'll figure something out. We always do.
Yep.
And that's about it. There's not much Juggalo news, so it's hard, I guess, starting a Juggalo show during the pandemic, because there's really not much we can do. I'm thinking of maybe doing in the next show, not only just doing it the bracket, but maybe doing what I feel is the top 5 most influential albums, and we'll do it like in like I say, like the top 5 best psychopathic albums, or twisted out. Like I don't want to say just twisted. Maybe I say underground. But if I say underground, right? So like, Saturated is a fan of Womb Stretcher, where I don't know that music that well, so he wouldn't be in my top 5. But like that might be in Saturated's top 5, where Q Strange could be in my top 5. So it'd be interesting on how we're gonna do this, and Saturated and I need to talk about it more. So I'm not guaranteeing it for next episode, but one of the episodes coming up, I'm definitely going to have a top 5. And we'll see how it goes. Can Low Sodium or Saturated guess the correct like what my number one album would be.
You know what? I will try to guess on that next episode.
All right. Well, we don't even know what the top 5 is. Like I say, my top 5 favorite albums. I don't know. When I'm depressed. Ooh, that'd be a hard one. Or top. You know, we could go all over. We can go songs.
Right.
So it'd be interesting. So we'll post it on Twitter. So not only do you guys need to check our Twitter, and if we ever get 100 views in the 1 week that we do our show, you'll get some fresh merch. To whoever posed poop comment. What's the poop comment going to be this week?
Oh, yeah. Hashtag poops not whoops.
Hashtag poops not whoops?
Yes, because we do not whoop on the show. That does not happen.
But we poop a lot.
Yes.
All right. So this is Mr. Hatch.
This is Saturated Fat.
We're telling you all to fuck off.
Contact the show on Twitter at Homies Podcast 2. Contact Saturated Fat. Worm W. Contact Mr. Hurt. Nobody too fresh. 2 as the number 2. Paid for by Saturated Hedge.